Hey there, this is John,
And this is Bobby.
and we're going to be talking about Week 10 of the 2018 college football season. And before we do that, this past week they had the college football playoff rankings come out for the first time, and some of it was not a surprise. Bama, they ranked number one. They were ranked number one at the beginning of the season, so that wasn't a surprise. Clemson, number two. LSU is probably one of the surprises. Because we were just looking at it, and they were ranked number 25 at the preseason, and so they worked their way in there. And then Notre Dame, and they were not ranked high in the preseason, like number 12 or something. Michigan, I don't think that's as big of a surprise. We were thinking that they would be in there. Georgia, they've dropped because of their loss, and Oklahoma still hanging around even after that horrible loss to Texas, but they're still in there. Any other thoughts or surprises for you?
Notable, looking back at the preseason rankings, Wisconsin was number 4. They've long way from that.
Wow.
Washington, number 6. They've
long way.
They're gone.
They've dropped out of there. That's for
but
sure.
I would say this is right. I think obviously Bama and Clemson. I think right now the way that Trevor Lawrence is playing at Clemson, these two teams look like the top two best teams in my opinion. You've got LSU, Notre Dame do look like third and fourth to me. I think LSU's resume speaks a lot. I think their schedule's stronger than anybody else, even Bama, because they get to play Bama. But they have a really good schedule, so it'll be interesting how it shakes down. I seem to think LSU, Notre Dame, or Michigan, those two teams, unless Georgia were to upset, which I don't necessarily see that happening. But I think one of those three teams is getting in.
Just some implosion going on here. Bama losing to LSU. That doesn't necessarily mean Bama would be out of the picture, but it might make it a little more challenging and difficult. And okay, but let's jump into this week and what we're looking at. We have Temple is going to be at UCF on Friday night.
The Owls, town,
and so that will be So what do you think is going to happen there? Is that Thursday night or Friday night?
That's Thursday night.
Thursday night game.
Temple, I don't know. I feel like coming into UCF, that's a big plus for UCF, although Temple has had a couple games this year where they've been okay.
Yeah.
I think UCF should rebound, but is McKenzie Milton back? Last time he didn't play. Is he going to be 100%? I mean, you have these questions. You just never know. But I expect UCF to roll, even if it is the backup.
That's right. And even if Milton's not back, I think UCF could still handle Temple. Sure. Yeah. All right. The next one would be Louisville. Super disappointing in ACC. Yep. I mean, they haven't won a conference game yet, and they're going to be facing Clemson at Clemson. Should
slaughtered,
be
slaughtered. There's no.
It's going to be ugly.
If Lamar Jackson suited up, and came back from the Ravens, maybe they could.
I'm not even sure that's going to help at this point for Louisville, but. All right, and then as far as SEC is concerned, one of the big games would be number 6 Georgia and at Kentucky, number 9 Kentucky. My gut feeling is, wow, I just don't think Kentucky can handle Georgia. That's my gut.
Sure. Let me tell you this. I'm going to strike it right here. I'm going to give you your upset alert before it even happens. Kentucky, biggest game in school history in gazillion years. Georgia at night, they're going to find a way to win. Kentucky is going to be pouring the bourbon like crazy because this is going to happen. Their defense is what's going to carry them. Kentucky wins 10-9 in a crazy, slow, boring game. But Kentucky holds on. The miraculous dream continues.
That would be a crazy outcome.
That would be crazy.
It would be crazy.
The miracle season happens until they run into the Alabama steamroller, but they're going to take them down.
All right.
Josh, what do you say you?
Yeah, no kidding. All right, and then as far as the Big 12, we have West Virginia coming in there with Will Grier. They've been a little bit lackluster, but they're still hanging in there. Number 13, they're going to be going to Texas, playing number 17 Texas, and again, right here, I'm not sure what you're going to be calling it, Bobby, but I'm thinking West Virginia is going to be able to pull off the win here, and just unless Texas just pulls something out of the air that I'm just not seeing. They've been so up and down this season; it's hard to tell exactly what's going to happen. Yes,
you know what though? I'm going to pick Texas. I think them at home after getting embarrassed last week. I think they want to show that was kind of a fluke. I do like Will Grier in West Virginia. They had a fluky game earlier this year and lost. This is a toss-up. I'll take Texas at home by a field goal.
I agree with you. I think it is more of a toss-up, but it should be interesting to see what happens with that one. And then as far as the Big Ten is concerned, and this is a pretty big one for them. Number 14, Penn State, who, again, has had some struggles. And then they're going to be facing number 5, Michigan, at Michigan. And so I really think Michigan's just too strong for Penn State this time.
I agree. I still remember a few years ago when Penn State beat Michigan on the last second. Or was it Michigan beat Penn State? But they seem to have good games.
Yeah.
But I think the Big Ten needs Michigan to win this game. Because if Penn State wins, Penn State's out of the college football playoff.
Yeah, they are.
Michigan with one loss, if they were to go in to play Ohio State and lose, there might be nobody from the Big Ten to make it into the college football playoff. So Michigan needs to win. I think needs to win convincingly. But I think they're too strong at this point. I don't think Penn State's got enough.
All right. Now, the game of games this coming Saturday is number 1, Alabama, at number 3, going to Death Valley, LSU. So I think everybody's thinking that, Bama's got this game, but, this LSU, probably the whole state of Louisiana is
shutting down.
It's going to be up in arms, ready for this game. It could be Ed Orgeron's career on the line right here. You lose this game and it's just everybody starts looking at you funny if you're a LSU coach. And it's happened way too often for LSU.
But I think this is the first year in a long time, in 4 or 5 years, where we actually felt like LSU has a chance to win this game. A legitimate, they're not just going to be just run over by Alabama. I think they have a legitimate chance in that they have a team. They have a team that's been tested.
Yeah.
Alabama's not really been tested in a tough game.
That's true.
So I think that LSU, we'll see. I think that Alabama wins, but I think the best thing that could happen to Alabama is to get into a closer game, pull away towards the end to kind of prepare for the playoff a little bit, because all they're doing is steamrolling people.
Yeah. So do you think Tua's going to play 4 quarters?
Yes, I think Tua's going to play 4 quarters, and I think that this is going to be it's always a physical matchup.
Oh,
There's always tough, hard hitting.
Oh.
So I expect,
and LSU definitely will have the crowd.
Yeah, I expect LSU to hang for about 3 quarters. 4th quarter, Bama pulls away.
All right. Okay, we'll see how that one goes. Just to mention a Mountain West game again for Josh's sake, BYU is going to go to Boise State. Don't think BYU is going to put up a challenge for Boise State, but Boise State, they can't sleep on this one.
Sure. And BYU has been a thorn in Boise State's side.
They have.
And Boise State's coming off of a very physical triple option game. Those are exhausting mentally and physically, all the chop blocking. I would just say this. I think Boise is going to win this at home, but I would say it's probably closer than people might think. Boise pulls away.
Yeah, we'll see if Brett Rippon really shows up again. If he plays really well, then I think Boise's won't struggle with this one. All right, so now we're going to go to Josh's upsets. These are the ones he told us to bring up, and we'll talk about whether we think they're going to be upsets or not. The first one is number 22 Boston College is going to be at Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech obviously has struggled this season, had some major disappointments, but Josh thinks that Virginia Tech at home is going to be able to take Boston College. What do you think?
I think home field advantage has been nothing for Virginia Tech. Smoked by Notre Dame. Then they go and play Thursday night against Georgia Tech and do nothing. If I'm a betting man, I think Boston College. If I go with my heart, I think Virginia Tech. You got to think Boston College runs the football and runs it. That's what they do. And Virginia Tech showed last week they couldn't stop the run.
Stop it.
And so I think that you have to lean towards Boston College in this game. But then again, it's just like Virginia Tech. They just come out of nowhere and win against somebody they shouldn't. Right. So I'd pick Boston College.
Okay. All right. So Josh, there you go. And then your final upset alert would be number 5 Notre Dame going to Northwestern. Interesting. Interesting. Northwestern's good at pulling upsets, that's for sure.
The state of Indiana will be watching this game. You know what, though? Notre Dame's had close calls with Pittsburgh and other teams that probably shouldn't have. I think Northwestern's a lot better than Pittsburgh. I think this could be a game. I don't think it's an upset. I don't call it an upset, but I think this could be a lot closer than people think.
Yeah. All right. So that's our outlook for Week 10. Glad you joined us, and join us again for Week 11.